Well, hello everyone and welcome in. Thank you for joining me today. Today would be Wednesday, December 30th, 2020. Thank goodness 2020 is just about past us. So the current time would be 10:50 a.m. and the current temperature here in Salem, Ohio is 40 degrees. Overcast skies, as you can see. We're supposed to have rain a little bit later. And I was just in running some errands today, had to get some water. Where we live, the water is safe to drink, but it's horrible tasting. So we buy our water, and we get it from a water conditioning place, 30 cents a gallon. So we stock up on 3-gallon containers of water, and we have a water dispenser. Turning right now on Cunningham Road, it's Walmart off to the left. We've been out this way before on a previous video. Excuse me, we went straight at the stop sign. Today we're going to turn left. Not sure where this takes us. I don't think I've ever been on this road. So it'll be an adventure for me. So let's see, I got water, stopped and got the car washed because you couldn't see out the front or the back. I was just going by memory driving around Salem because the windshield was so dirty. Then I stopped at Mickey D's, got a cup of coffee, and now I'm ready to roll. As usual, on the outskirts of Salem, we're talking about farm country, open land and farm country. I hope all you guys have had as good a 2020 as possible. And looking forward to 2021. I have been on this road before. This is really a very pretty wooded area right through here when the leaves are on the trees. It's almost like going back into the holler. I've actually delivered for DoorDash out here on that road off to the right, now that I think about it. That was a long delivery. I think that was for Grubhub, because Grubhub will send you way far away. It was like 20-some miles one way to deliver that meal from the restaurant. We are in Columbiana County, Ohio. I'm not sure what township this would be. But when you get out on these small roads in the county, this would be typical. Lots of hills, lots of curves. Okay, I have no idea what road this is, but we're going to go to the left. I think to the right will just take us back into Salem. This should take us maybe into Columbiana, the town of Columbiana. I'm not sure. And I'm not sure if I've ever been on this road before. It's an adventure, I tell you. Well, my last video, I didn't do any talking. I just had video with music, and I actually meant to do some narration, but I forgot to turn on the microphone. I believe, oh, okay, I see where we're at. We basically made a big circle. This is State Route 14, just outside of Salem. Okay, so let's turn right. So we are headed eastbound, actually kind of southeasterly bound, but more east than south. And we're coming into Washingtonville. On the left, we have Bill Willie's Cook Shack. People say that's a very good place to eat. Never eaten there. Been here for 7.5 years and never eaten there. So I think what I'll do is stay on 14, head into Columbiana, and then we will turn left on Ohio State Route 46. That'll take us northbound. Back there at Hilltop Lawn and Garden, they sell mainly Cub Cadet lawnmowers, riding lawnmowers, lawn tractors. They don't get into anything really big. They have some commercial equipment, but it's mainly lawn, garden, weed eaters, chainsaws, that type of thing. One thing about lawn tractors, we have a pretty small yard, but at almost 70 years old, I'm just getting too old to do the push mower routine. Even though we have a self-propelled, a lot of times you have to kind of push it because we're in an area where the land is very low, so it retains a lot of water. So the ground is almost always really damp. I call it the Everglades. At any rate, I've been looking over the last year or so at smaller lawn tractors. They really don't make a whole lot in the way of smaller lawn tractors. Most of them are at least a 42-inch cut, $1,600, maybe more, for like the low end. Don't need anything really too big. 42 inches even overkill, but that's probably what I'll wind up getting. Some brand of a 42-inch, I don't know, Husqvarna, John Deere, something like that. Probably just about the lowest end model that they make. So we're going to turn left here. If we stay straight, I think that takes you into East Palestine. But I've had videos of that area when I was running Grubhub. I'd still love to be out running DoorDash. My Grubhub expired because I hadn't gone out for so long, but I'm still in current and good standing with DoorDash. I think I only made 20 It was 26 deliveries for DoorDash last year, but I did Grubhub for about 6 months, the first 6 months of the year. Then I laid off for a while, and then they deactivated me, which I understand. I didn't run for so long with Grubhub, but I was with DoorDash at the time, so I just decided to do that. Excuse me. And honestly, with DoorDash, I keep busier. I make just as much money, but the territory is about a third of what I had with Grubhub. So I put far fewer miles on Tiny Blue than I did with Grubhub. So I actually really like running DoorDash. The problem with running DoorDash is that the boss doesn't want me to. The boss being my wife. Her comments have been, you're almost 70 years old, you've earned retirement. And that's probably true, but I still like to work, and I still like to keep busy, and I get bored a lot at home not working. But it's more important to keep the peace. I could put my foot down and she'd be okay with it, but like she always says, when Mama's happy, everybody's happy. Left on State Route 165, as you can see, we're headed west and headed home. That facility on the right, Angels for Animals, they do a lot of work with animals. They're an adoption, dog and cat adoption agency. And then they offer various veterinary services, pretty cheap actually. They do a lot of spay and neutering, and they offer a lot of other things. Big facility. We are in Green Township. So I wonder if you guys have come up with any New Year's resolutions. I have a couple New Year's resolutions that will probably be broken on January 1st. We're coming up to Greenford. The two that I have are very much related. One is to pay more attention to my diabetes diet. I eat way too many carbs and way too many sweets. That's what got me into trouble to begin with. And I need to do better, especially on the sweets. My last A1C was 7.2. And it'll probably be way up this time because I've been eating a lot of sweets since really October for Halloween. Gotta cut that stuff out. And then the other resolution is related to that. I need to lose some weight. That also figures into diabetes and high blood pressure and everything else. I hate to admit it, but I'm about 50 pounds overweight. My number one goal is to cut out the sweets. I don't snack very much anymore. I used to snack all the time. I don't do that very much anymore. But when I do, it's always sweets. And a lot of times when I have sweets, I binge. Not good. Another one that I should have as a resolution, but I'm not going to do it because I know that I'll break it anyway, is to get more exercise. That goes again into everything with diabetes and losing weight. But I am going to try to exercise a little bit more, although it's not going to be like a exercise regimen. That's just something it's very hard to do. And when you're almost 70 and you don't exercise, it doesn't make too much difference how much you cut back on your eating. You're probably not going to lose weight because your metabolism slows down so much when you're ancient. So those would be mine. And I think a lot of people make those resolutions every year. State Route 62 there. If you take it to the right, it goes into Canfield. And if you take it to the left, it goes into downtown Salem. And this is, on the left, Quaker Speedway. Quaker City Motorsports Park, I guess. In the summer, on weekends, living where we do, which is down the road here a little ways, you can really hear the cars drag racing. It's something you just get used to. Well, from Columbiana, we came up north on Route 46. Now, here's Route 45. And the next big state route, major state route that runs north and south from here is Route 44. And then from there, the next major one is Route 43. So those are our interesting tidbits for the day. Hey, I want to thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate the company on this little ride along, and we'll see you next time.